Hi guys, welcome to Sweet Treats by Maddie. Today I wanted to make some pumpkin cookies. So let's get started with the wet ingredients and mixing it together. I went ahead and melted 1 cup of unsalted butter, and you wanted it to cool. You don't want it to be hot or anything, just cooled off. So that's what this is. So I'm going to add this to my bigger bowl. And then you want to go ahead and add to your butter your sugars, all of your sugars you're going to need. So you're going to need a 1/2 cup of granulated sugar. Go ahead and add that. And you're going to need 1.5 cups of light brown sugar. Let's add that. So let's just stir that around and get that all mixed together. Yeah, I do know that I will need a bigger bowl, so it will be coming shortly with the dry ingredients. Just want this to look like almost a caramel mixture. Just make sure that it's all mixed up there. Then, once you get this mixed up, you're going to add your pumpkin, egg yolk, and vanilla extract. So let's do that right fast. You're going to add 1 large egg yolk, which you want that at room temperature, and I already broke that up, and it is at room temperature. Go ahead and add that in. You're just trying to eliminate all of the liquid that's in this to make it more like a cookie instead of like a cake cookie. Add that in there. And then you're going to add 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Or a little more. You can never go wrong with a little bit more vanilla. And then 2/3 cup of pumpkin puree. But this, you're going to get it out and weigh it out, and then you're going to blot it. You want to get all of the water you can out of it. And that's what I've done. And now I've ended up with like 2/3 cup of pumpkin puree. So let me add that in there. And we'll stir that around. I think I got all that mixed in there pretty good. It smells like pumpkin anyway. Okay, in a separate bowl, you're going to whisk it together, your flour, which I already measured it out, and it's going to be 3 cups of all-purpose flour. And then you're going to add your baking powder, baking soda, salt, and your pumpkin spice. So On each one of these, your baking soda, you need a half a teaspoon of baking soda. You're going to need a half a teaspoon of baking powder. Let me get a paper towel. Well, actually I can just use this one, because you're going to need a teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice. So this is a half a teaspoon, so I'm just going to use 2 of these. So there's 1 and 2. And then you're going to need 3/4 teaspoon of salt. So this is a 1/4. I'm going to use 3 of these. There's 1, 2, 3. And then we're just going to whisk that together. Now, it says to add the dry ingredients to the wet. I'm going to add the wet to the dry. A little at a time. I've not got my oven preheated yet, just because the dough is going to have to sit in the refrigerator for a little bit. Add some more. And now I'm going to just go ahead and add the rest of it. Get all that good pumpkin stuff off of there. Just add the rest. Let's just continue to stir this in there. And you just want to do it until it is all combined together. I am going to finish combining this together. I'm going to cover it and chill it in the refrigerator for at least 60 minutes. So once it's chilled and everything, I'll bring you back and finish it up. Okay guys, we put the dough in the refrigerator to chill for about an hour, and it's time to go ahead and make them out. Just scoop them out. Make them whatever size you want. Roll them into a ball and just put them onto your cookie sheet. You're going to preheat your oven to 350. Mine just came out or went off. Like I said, you're just going to roll all these out. You can make them as small or as big as you would like. Now, you can also put a glaze on here if you would like. And as soon as I get done rolling these out, I'll tell you how to make the glaze if you would like. I'll give you the ingredients and everything. I'm not going to put them on there. We really don't care for a glaze on our cookies. But some people do put glaze on the cookies, so. Mine's not going to be perfectly round either, so. Let me finish doing this and I'll bring you back. Okay guys, I've finished rolling out my cookie dough. I've made 22. If you make them a little bit smaller, you could probably get 24. But I'm going to put these in the oven and I'll bring you back as soon as they're done. They should go in at 350, 13 to 15 minutes. It just depends on your oven. So I'm going to keep an eye on mine and I'll let you know how long they cook. Okay guys, we're back. They came out. I cooked these for 14 minutes and just let them cool on your cookie sheets. And like I said, I'm not going to put glaze on there, but if you want to, here's the glaze that I would use. You would need 1.5 cups of powdered sugar, 1.5 to 2 tablespoons of milk, 1 tablespoon of light corn syrup, and 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and just mix all that together. And then once the cookies have cooled, you can turn them upside down and dunk them in to the icing, and then the icing would harden on top of them. But again, I cooked these for 13 minutes. I hope you enjoyed the cooking video, and I hope you come back and see us. See you next time.